Well, hey everybody, welcome to Skincare with Chris Gibson. If you're new, I am Chris and I'm here to help you get your best skin ever. On this channel, we talk about skincare products, skincare routines, skincare problems, and we solve those. So if that's your thing, please hit the subscription button and the little notification bell so that you know when my new videos are up each week. Okay, skin care ingredients. We're supposed to be able to trust the skincare that we buy and put on our skin, right? For whatever reason that we do that. However, there are thousands upon thousands of formulations with different ingredients. And the big problem is your skin is your largest organ. I know that may come as a shock to some of you, but yes, that is the organ that is the largest. Also, whatever you're putting on your skin, 60% of those products gets absorbed, which means the ingredients in your skincare products have the ability to both impact your well-being and your overall health, both positively and negatively. Now, the FDA does not regulate skincare, so there's no one really watching out for your skin but you, and of course, me. So almost any ingredient can be in any formula. So the ingredients that are in traditional skincare products like face washes and moisturizers, your body lotions, your sunscreen can really have an impact and have been linked to problems with acne, eczema, rosacea, allergies, hormone imbalances, and even, yes, cancer. And trying to figure out which ingredients to stay away from just by checking labels is made even harder because the skincare industry has a very creative naming process that they use on these products. But today I've got you covered because I'm giving you the top offenders, the dirty dozen, the wolf in sheep's clothing, ingredients that you need to know and what they're called so you can easily identify them when you see them. But don't worry, I'm also going to be linking to other videos that I've already done to help you get the products that are good for you and good to use in this video. So no worries there. Now, if you've ever had a reaction to a skincare product, I would love for you to tell me about it in the comments below. I'd like to know what your experience has been. It might even help me create another video specifically on that problem. Okay, so what are the bad guy ingredients? Well, let's take it down. Let's bring it down. Let's break it down and tell you what to look out for. Number one on the list is one that you guys that follow me have heard me talk about before, and that is mineral oil. And you know what? That's a petroleum byproduct. Petroleum byproduct. So what they do is they use that in skincare products, or you can actually buy mineral oil on its own. The problem with mineral oil is that it actually coats your skin and clogs your pores. Think of it as putting on wax or plastic over your skin. Your skin can't breathe, it can't eliminate toxins, it's blocking your pores, allowing dirt and bacteria to build up around the hair follicle, which can lead to rashes, dermatitis, acne, all kinds of problems. So mineral oil is a really, really, really big, is it really big? Yes, really big problem. Walk away from the oil. And next up is aluminum. And yes, that is the same aluminum that you think of when you think of aluminum foil. It's a toxic metal though when it's absorbed by the skin. And they use that in products like antiperspirants, deodorants, some cosmetics still use it. It is a big problem. So it's one of those things that you really need to look for on your label. It affects things like estrogen production. In fact, your whole endocrine system can be affected by this toxic metal. Let's think of it this way. Aluminum foil, great for wrapping baked potatoes, not great for wrapping yourself. Number three will come as no surprise to some of you because I've talked about it and it's been in the public eye for a long time, and that is parabens. Parabens are preservatives that are used in a ton of skincare products, and you're like, a ton? I thought parabens were outlawed. Well, no, again, the FDA does not regulate skincare, so no, they're not outlawed. And while many brands have shunned using the word paraben in their label, doesn't mean they're not there. Now, here's where the industry can get really tricky. You won't see parabens, but you will see ethyl, butyl, methyl, and propyl. Sounds like a really badly named family, doesn't it? Well, those will be in products, and that is a paraben. So it's an identifier for parabens. So if you see that, you know you need to walk away. So now you know. Now, the biggest problem with parabens is they've been shown to disrupt the hormonal system, especially in children and adolescents during puberty. So really they are a good thing to stay away from. And again, while skincare companies have sort of shunned that name, and a lot of them have removed them, and again, I am putting videos at the end of this video that will tell you what good skincare products are out there, but you're just better off with products that don't have them. Now, next up on the list is PEG, who is no friend of anyone, and that's polyethylene glycol. And that's used to lower the melting point of products, i.e. like lipstick and makeup products and cosmetics. It's also used to thicken products. The biggest problem with polyethylene glycol, or PEG, is that it has a tendency to hamper and disrupt the skin's ability to retain moisture. So it changes its moisture factor. So it actually can cause the skin to dry out and damage the structural formation of the outer layer of the skin. I know that sounds really big and ominous, but it is one of those things to look for on the label so you can stay away from that one. Next up is propylene glycol and butylene glycol, and these are gaseous hydrocarbons that they include as a liquid form in skincare products, particularly shampoos, face washes, anything that's going to foam up. They use those as surfactants. The problem with these ingredients is they actually can penetrate skin and damage the protein and cellular complex or structure of your skin, which is really interesting that they would put these in a shampoo, since they're so drying and stripping of the natural oils that are on your skin and your hair. You're gonna end up with dry, brittle hair. So if you've been using a face wash or a shampoo that leaves your hair and skin super dry and tight, this is probably the ingredients that are causing the problem. So you want to look on that label and make sure those are not something you're using. Now, next up on the list is Saloxanes, and these are a little bit easier to find when you're looking at the label because they're usually included in the word. So look for the word Loxane at the end of whatever the chemical labeling is. This ingredient is often added under the guise of softening, smoothing, and moisturizing. The problem with it is it's very toxic to fish and aquatic wildlife. So be sure to check your label for that. And if you see Saloxane on the back, you might want to walk away from that one too. Now, next up on my list is something that I love to talk about, and that is fragrance in your skincare products. And fragrance is one of the hardest things to figure out because the FDA does not regulate skincare companies on what they put down in their fragrance ingredient list. So you will see on the label most often the word fragrance, but nothing else. So what you want to look for are brands that say natural fragrance, or at least list out the actual ingredients that they're using for the fragrance they're putting in the product. I personally always recommend, if you can find fragrance free, it's better, because for most people, you're gonna really circumvent a lot of potential problems. Fragrance can cause all sorts of problems with irritation. It can spark acne, rosacea, eczema episodes. It can make those worse. It can be, again, very irritating and very damaging to the cellular structure of the skin if you're allergic to it. So try to find fragrance-free products. That's really the best thing to do. But at second choice, at least try to find out what the fragrance is made out of. Next up are Urea and DMDM, which are preservatives. And urea, if you're thinking urine, that's exactly right. It's an ammonia that they use and they put in shampoos and face washes. The problem with it is that it tends to release formaldehyde. Yeah, that's the stuff that they use to embalm dead bodies at the funeral home. So formaldehyde, good for the dead, bad for the living. Even though these products are designed to be on the skin and hair for a very short period of time, they have been shown to cause joint pain, allergies, problems like headaches and sleeplessness, and they are a hormone disruptor. So again, even though they're designed to be on the skin a very short period of time, they can really be over drying, and it's best to stay away from them when you can. Now, next up is what I like to call the triad of tears for skincare ingredients, and that's DEA, MEA, and TEA, which are ethanolamines, which means they are made from proteins and alcohol. They are designed to keep products creamy and foamy and luxurious, and they're used as volumizers, so they kind of make the other ingredients go further. The problem with these is they've been linked as carcinogens in lab tests. So that means they're carcinogenic if they're on the skin for too long. However, during the test, it's found that because these products are only on the skin or hair for a very short period of time, that they are safe to use. I don't necessarily agree with that, but don't use your shampoo as bubble bath. Now, I know that seems like a lot of information to take in, but believe me when I tell you this is not all of the ingredients you should look out for, but these are the worst of the worst. So I hope that this video helps you at least get a start on knowing what to look for and making good decisions about skincare that is good for you. Now, please let me know in the comments below what your top skincare concerns are. I really want to hear about them. Also, be sure and check out these videos that I'm putting up right over here to continue this conversation so that you can find the right products for you and get the best skin ever. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting the channel. Stay beautiful, and I will see you over on the next video.